I'm looking at CTE in this video. So this is from the page simpletalk.com by Robert Sheldon. CTE was introduced into SQL in order to simplify various classes of SQL queries for which a derived table was just not suitable. Introduced in 2005, CTE is a temporary name result set you can reference with select, insert, update, or delete statement. You can also use CTE in create view statement as a part of select query. In addition, in 2008, you can use CTE to merge statement. SQL supports two types of CTE, recursive and non-recursive. In this article, they have talked about how to create both types. Now, this is Adventurework2008 sample database. So we define CTE by adding the with clause directly before the select statement. With clause can include one or more than CTE. So we have a with clause, then we have a common expression, we have common table expression, CTE name, column name, and SCTE query. So we have a with, we have an expression name is valid identifier. For common table expression, it must be different from other defined within the with clause, but it can be same as the name of base table. Then you have column table, then you have as, and you have CTE query definition. Okay. So creating a non-recursive common table expression. A non-recursive CTE is one that does not reference itself within the CTE. Non-recursive CTEs tend to be simpler than recursive. Let's look at that. With the CTE, total sales, salesperson ID, and net sale as. So this is the name of the CTE. Then we have select sale, round sum total to 2 from sales and group by salesperson ID. So these queries in itself would also work. So let's see what would happen if I run just this. So you will have sale persons and you have sale person ID, and then you have the sum of what they sold. So once you have this, then you have another select command that starts. Select SP first name, last name as full name, location from sales dot vsalesperson as SP and inner join, and now we are joining it with CTE because we defined this table as CTE. On SP dot business ID, and here is salesperson ID. So if here is the salesperson ID, we are going to join it by business ID. So let's see how it looks like. So we have name, location, and net sales. So this is a very simple command of CTE. Now I will also store this link onto this query. So once we define this till this part, this becomes a CTE, and then we can select other thing, and if you run this you can find that out. Okay, SP was not defined. Let's see if I can do it here. TS, okay. Okay. Yeah, so TS was not defined, so it's not telling, but it's okay. So that was a very simple CTE, and we got this output. Now we can include multiple CTEs with the with clause, with the following with clause. Include 2 CTE, one named CTE total sales, and other named SOT CTE different target. Okay. So we have a CTE defined as this, another CTE defined as till the time this bracket closes, and then we are joining them. So they have defined 2 CTE. So that was a very simple CTE. Now we would do recursive common table expression. A recursive CTE is one that references itself within the CTE. A recursive CTE is useful when working with hierarchical data because CTE continues to explore until the query returns the entire hierarchy. A typical example of hierarchical data is the table that includes a list of employees. For each employee, provide a reference to person manager. That reference is itself an employee, and with the same table, you can cross-recursively display the hierarchical of an employee as would appear to organization charts. Note that CTE created incorrectly. Okay, just a second. I would like to make one small change, that this, you have to remember that this uses okay, so this is what, save it. Now let's try to run the next one. Okay, so this is an example of recursive CTE. If object ID employee U is not null, drop table, call create table, db employee is not null, and insert another table. So let's do that. So that is done. So we need to note that the CTE created incorrectly will enter into infinite loop. To prevent this, you can include max recursion hint at the option or clause in primary insert. Okay, as you might have known, they already includes human resources table. However, they will use a hierarchical data type, which would introduce unnecessary complexity when trying to demonstrate CTE. For this reason, we have created the own table. However, if you want to try recursive CTE without creating, we can use Adventurework2008. That is snipped with SQL Server 2005. Okay, let's look here. With CTE reports, employee ID, first name, last name as, and we are creating this. Select employee first name last name from employee where employee manager is null, union all. Select e dot employee, e dot first name, e dot name, r employee 11 plus 1 from employee e. Inner join CTE reports are on manager ID. So this is a syntax for recursive CTEs. Let me first try to run it before we keep going. Okay, so here we have CTE. The thing that we have to note is that it takes the first part and defines all the top manager who is at the very top as one. Then once that is done, he will do a union all, and he would say r dot employee plus 1 from employee e, and he would keep on adding 1 till the time this query is generating, so that employee level becomes 1 all the time from employee e, and he would keep on executing the second one till the time he joins everything. And then when that is done, we select first name last name and from CTE report and honored by employee and manager level. So that is how we actually use this in the query. And again for this one, we have to use Adventurework 2000. Okay, So the second part here is going to repeat itself, which is this: select again and inner join this, and it's going to happen again and again. So we can see that CTE return 5 columns, employee ID, the employee ID refer to hierarchical, and the next level is 2 followed by 3. The CTEs is made up of select statement connected with union operator. The recursive CTE must contain at least 2 member statements connected by union all, union intersect or except operator. In the example, select statement is anchor member. So this is called the anchor, which is on the top. And the second statement is called the recursive member. So anything that comes after union all is a recursive member. All anchor members must precede the recursive member. Only recursive members can reference CTE itself, and only in this we can refer the CTE, which is CTE reports, which we start here. Now let's look at the statement themselves. The first statement, the anchor member retrieves the employee ID, first name, last name for employee table, when it is null. This would be the first employee at the top hierarchy. The second statement, the CTE query, the recursive member also retrieves the employee ID, last ID for employee ID. However, notice that it will join the employee table to the CTE itself. In addition, the join is based upon manager ID and the employee ID table. By doing this, CTE will loop through the employee table until it returns the entire hierarchy. One other thing to notice is that second statement is that for employee level column 1, we add value 1 to the employee as it appears in CTE. In this way, each time the statement loops through the hierarchy, the next correct level is also applied. After we define the with clause, we create select that retrieve data from DC. Note that for the manager column, we are retrieving the first and last name associated with the manager ID in the CTE. This allows us to display the full name of manager for each employee. So here we have seen the recursive CTE for this example of manager ID.